Hello friend, I want to tell you about the Volkswagen T5 car, a T4 model, considered an indestructible vehicle. Gave the T5 a good start, but also set the bar quite high. Volkswagen did not jump into the deep end right away, and offered customers a fairly simple design, without strange solutions, and with good engines. Initially with the battle-tested 1.9 TDI, which replaced the weaker four-cylinder engines of its predecessor. The range of larger diesels was complemented by the rather old 2.5 TDI design with 5 cylinders in a row. Petrol engines also appeared, but they did not really gain the recognition of customers. Since 2006, 4 diesel engines have received a DPF filter, and it can be said that this is the most complicated thing that appeared in the model at that time. By the way, quite problematic if the car was used in the city. Volkswagen, however, decided not to install the DSG automatic transmission, but instead proposed the classic Tiptronic as an automatic. There was, however, 4-wheel drive in some variants, based on a Haldex clutch, connecting the rear axle. In 2009, the facelift model debuted with a new range of engines. More petrol units appeared, including the 2.0 TSI, which was the only dud in this car, and the 2.0 TDI, which completely replaced other diesels, each version with a DPF filter, and if with an automatic, then only with a 7-speed DSG. It was a lucky coincidence that Volkswagen spared customers the emergency 2.0 TDI with unit injectors, and immediately offered a version with common rail. It is as if it treated customers who wanted to buy transporter and multivan leniently, looking at it from a distance. Today we know that 2.0 TDI units last hundreds of thousands of kilometers, although they had childhood illnesses. Multi. There is no rule when choosing an engine. The optimal drive for this model is always diesel. If you want to buy a car before the facelift, and you do not need good dynamics, a better engine is 1.9 TDI. For greater requirements, the 2.5 TDI will of course be better. It can be assumed that the 2.5L variant is the most durable engine, but at present, everything depends on the history of the car's use and its service. In newer cars, the 2.0 TDI is the only diesel power source, and the 140 HP version with manual gearbox seems to be optimal. What goes wrong in the Volkswagen T5? In general, it is a car of great durability, designed for higher mileage and loads than typical passenger cars. There are models on the market with a mileage of 300,000 kilometers, which are in excellent condition. Although with such a mileage, one should expect the need to repair every component, usually except for diesel engines. The suspension, which is not the most durable, often requires major maintenance, but usually small things are replaced. It is worth knowing that the rear is not a classic beam in such cars, but an independent structure, with trailing arms and coil springs. In front are McPherson struts. The characteristic feature of the running gear is knocking, especially at the front. In addition, in cars from the beginning of production, the brake booster pump is faulty. The prices of parts do not differ from the level known from, among others, the Passat or Citroën, so there is no need to fear the costs of repairs. In cars with DSG transmission, wear of clutches or transmission mechanisms should be expected after a mileage of approx. 200 to 250,000 kilometers. Diesel particulate filter, turbocharger, common rail injection system. These are almost typical areas that require repairs from time to time. In 1.9 TDI and 2.5 TDI diesels, they are cheaper due to the unit injectors. Expect minor but irritating faults, especially in the multivan passenger car. The interior is very well thought out, but not everything is easy to use. Independent swivel seats are a brilliant solution, but the sliding bench is not. Very Wi-Fi. Broken unlocking handles often make it impossible to arrange the interior as you imagine. Also, a failure of electrically closing side doors can be expensive, so it is better to aim for cars that are well equipped, but not with what is really not needed. Thank you for listening to me. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and rate my video. If you know of any issues with this car that I haven't mentioned, be sure to post them in the comments.